works where you line up the target with the radiation. My husband said, "Doctor, you mean that I can participate in a destruction of my own tumor?" And the doctor said, yes, you can.
Yeah.
And so then he explained to us that the next day he was going to go through the stimulation, which you can go ahead and.
Yeah, well, it was pretty cool because, they lay you down in the machine and they strap you down and what I found pretty interesting was the fact that they put this rearview mirror in front of you. And I thought, well, that's interesting. And then they give you a nice headset, and you get to pick your music, which I like classic rock, And that's for them to communicate with you, to tell you what's going on, breathe, don't breathe, hold your breath or whatever. So when they slide you in the machine, looking at that mirror, I was able to see behind me, obviously that's the whole idea. And behind me, behind my head, on the wall, there's this big, screen type thing, which your anatomy is there live, So you see all your body parts, your anatomy there in live time. And then I noticed that what I realized is that I saw a red circle and a blue circle, kind of like a glob, not really a round circle, they kind of globs, And then they told me that the idea is to breathe until I bring both of those together. And when they're together, perfectly lined up, that's when the machine all of a sudden just starts shooting radiation automatically.
And that's when you have to hold your breath.
And that's when you have to hold your breath. So anyway, I breathe, I line everything up, I hold my breath, and as long as I'm holding my breath, the machine is just shooting radiation. So of course, I was just thinking to myself, going, oh my God, I really want this to work. So I would just hold my breath till I turn blue almost, At one point, the girl said, "You don't have to hold it so long, Mike. You can let it go and breathe,
You would hold it for 40 and 50 seconds.
Yeah, I'll hold it for 40, 45, 50 seconds. Because there's no need to. You can hold it for 25 at a time if you want, So yeah, but I was thinking to myself, yeah, well, you know what? I want to get the max out of this thing, I want to make sure it really tears it apart. So, also I felt I'm kind of claustrophobic. This is going to help some people out there. I'm claustrophobic, and I didn't even know how the heck I was going to get inside that machine. It's like an MRI machine. It's basically what it is. And I've been in MRI machines in the past where I freaked out and I told them, get me out of here. But for some reason, the rearview mirror kind of distracts you, and you're busy and you're having fun, not fun, but you're distracted and you say, okay, this is cool,
And participating.
And you're participating in the destruction of your own tumor by lining everything up and letting the machine hit the tumor, so you're completely distracted. So you don't realize that you're laying down and that the top of the machine is right here, It takes away from the claustrophobia. And I told my doctors that and they go, you're the first person who ever told me that. That's very interesting, So now they're using it more and more, they're telling people.
Others.
Yeah, kind of like the word, is getting out that it's less claustrophobic if you, being the fact that the mirror is there. And it is true.
And so empowering that he was able to do it with
And they wrap your head with nice hot blankets because it's like a wind tunnel in there. I don't know what the reason behind the wind tunnel action is there. Like maybe just for germs to keep,
But you were cozy.
No, but I mean, it's cold and you feel that wind blowing from one end to the other, and it blows on your head. So they wrap your head all up with nice hot blankets, and you're all bundled up. So you're good. Yeah.
So you're controlling your breathing, how much breath you're holding so that it lines up. What happens when it's not lined up?
When it's not when the markers are not lined up, there's no radiation. So basically you ought to pause is what it is. You're not doing anything. You're just waiting for instructions. They'll tell you, either hold your breath, and before they do that, before you start lining anything up, when you're in there, first of all, they take imaging of you, which, they take x-rays or I guess you can call it just imaging.
Well, we don't know, but.
Yeah. And that's to locate the area that it's going to target. And it takes about a good half hour, 45 minutes that you're laying in there, just going through that process. Which you're not doing anything except just laying there. But they're doing their work outside though, on the TV monitors. They're lining up, you got the physicist out there and you got the doctor out there and they're preparing your plan is what they're doing. for that day. Because things change, you know.
And that's the amazing part of this, is that they do it on a daily basis, and they adjust his treatment on a daily basis on real time.
Well, they have to, because, maybe what was there yesterday is not there today. Maybe
It's smaller.
it dissolved it or it's smaller. So, every day was a 45-minute process at least to get your treatment plan while you're inside the machine. Then once they say, okay, now we're ready to go, and then they take imaging of you again to compare before and after you finished, And then, so before you start, they take imaging. Then you start with your breathing, lining up your two red and blue globs, which is what triggers the machine to start shooting radiation.
And from what we understand and what we were told is that the radiation doesn't, what's the word? The machine, if the circles aren't lined up, the radiation doesn't.
No.
Nothing is shot out. The machine turns off.
That's the whole point behind lining that up. When you line up is when the machine actually starts shooting radiation.
We're not doctors, so we don't know how to explain it well.
The minute that you release your breath, the machine stops.
Why does the machine stop?
Because the alignment of the two targets are not lined up anymore. So, that means that, there could be an accident.
Well, and the technology is so advanced that it's designed, I guess, in that way to
protect the surrounding tissue. That's kind of what I've done.
Right. Sorry.
Which is what makes the machine more efficient. It makes it more efficient because
and the technology
once everything is lined up, the machine is just automatically shooting. That's why they can, and it's safe. It won't miss or hit another target by accident. It's perfectly safe, and that's why they can maximize the radiation by going 3.5 times harder.
We were told that it was as precise as surgery because that's the reason why there are the two circles, because it's that precise and it only goes to the target area and it doesn't affect any of the other organs or tissues or damage any other area.
They say there could always be an accident, but in my case, there was no accident. Had dead eye.
We had a great team and we have a great.
Yeah, the teams were great. The girls were great, Same only girls, mostly young girls, the ones who the technicians.
Whenever he told me that, I get jealous because I wasn't
jealous.
allowed.
They're just sweet people, They really take care and pamper you there.
Ladies' room. I have to go to the ladies' room.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
We'll take a little break.
In regards to the radiation side effects, it's minimal. Basically, I got some stomach bloating, which made me feel full. But it's kind of weird because you feel full, but you're hungry. What I mean by that is that once you start eating, the food will go down and you develop an appetite. But you have the mental block of thinking that you're full, but you're really not. It's just your stomach just feels that way. So, it can play tricks on you. You have to be strong-minded and you have to say, I have to eat. Because if not, you lose a lot of weight. But in my case, I forced myself to eat. I wouldn't say force feed myself, But like I said, I will feel bloated. And once I will taste the food, my appetite will open up. And I will just eat a regular meal.
Compared to chemo, where he had no appetite and wasn't able to enjoy any kind of any flavors.
Because everything tastes like cardboard.
Right. So with radiation, it was really just the bloating. The only side effects were the bloating, and he had some fatigue.
And fatigue.
But really, that was nothing for him. I mean, he said.
Some days I was tired, but it's not to the point where I laid in bed, because I never did. I'm not for laying in bed in the daytime. I use my bed only to go to sleep at night. I just feel, I don't know, I feel like, I'm up to the challenge if I lay in bed, Even though they suggest to you, hey, take a nap, I just can't do it. I'd rather not. I'd rather just deal with it and just be up and walk around and,
Great. So one more time. What were the side effects of your radiation?
The side effects of my radiation was bloating.
And fatigue, that's it.
And fatigue, that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
That's basically it.
He was able to keep working. He was able to go walk and exercise. And those two side effects were nothing compared to the other treatment he was getting.
I couldn't do too much